Array objects allow multiple related items to be represented using a single variable. So for example, if we declare an array of numbers, we use square brackets, and then using the new keyword, as we would for a typical object, we have an array object of integers, and then we put the number of items in the array using square brackets again. So suppose I want to store 3 integers, I do so as follows. So effectively the size of an array is established at the time of creating it and cannot be changed. And arrays can store either primitive data or object reference data. So I can also have an array of strings in a similar way. So I have string words, and that's equal to new string and the number of objects I want to reference. So when an array is created using the keyword new, all of its elements are initialized with a specified value based on the type of elements. So for example, elements of type int are initialized to 0, and elements of type double are initialized to 0.0, and elements of type boolean are initialized to false. And elements of a reference type are initialized to the reference value null. So effectively, no objects are automatically created in this case. Now using square brackets, we can access and modify an element in an array using an index. So for example, we can set the number at index 0 using square brackets and indexing the number at 0. And I'll set that equal to 12 for example. So note that the valid index values for an array are from 0 to the number of elements in the array minus 1. So using an index value outside this range will result in an array out of bounds exception being thrown. So for example, given that I have only 3 numbers in this array, so effectively the first number starts at index 0, the second number at index 1, the third number at index 2, and so on. So in this case we only have 3 numbers. So if I try to access the number outside this range, so n is equal to 3 in this case, then I'll get an array index out of bounds exception. So what we'll do is set the first number to 12, leave the second number alone, and I'll set the third number to 3. So I'll do a system.out.println, and I'm going to print the second number in this array. So that will be the number at index 1. So we expect this to be 0 because the integers are all initialized to 0. So if these numbers are of type double, then we expect the second number to be 0.0, and I'll leave it for you to declare an array with boolean items, and they should all be initialized to false. So if we print the first number in the array, we get 12, and given that it's a double, this integer is automatically cast to a double. So the third number in this array is 3. And if we do the same for the string, so I'm going to print out the word at index 2, which is the third word in this array. So as expected, it's null. So what we can do is set the third word to be a string, and we'll just call this random word. So as expected, a reference to this object is stored at this index in this string array. And we can also set the second word, for example, using direct initialization. So we'll just call this other random word. And we can also print this to the screen in a similar way. Now another way to create and initialize arrays is to use an initializer list. So for example, if we have a list of integers, and I'm going to initialize them to 12, 0, and 3. So we use curly braces to use this initializer list. So let's comment out these lines of code. and we expect the number at index 2 to be 3. And then if I update that number at index 2 to 5, for example, so 5 gets printed to the screen.